Hi everyone, my name is Casey and I'm going to talk about some 360 video today and what I think is working well and what's not. So that's kind of the first way I'm going to approach this. And so I've got three different examples up here and I've just got them open in my browsers. And so I'm just going to talk about them a little bit. The one on the bottom here I'm going to talk about first. It's my favorite. It's a free solo climb, which if you don't know anything about free soloing, join the club. I didn't either, but it's definitely worth looking into. It's really cool. I'll talk about more about this in a minute. You'll notice that I'm clicking and moving around in these videos, which is because these are 360 videos, and that's what I'm going to be discussing more in depth. And so what's working well about these videos in the context of entertainment, education, and experience. So I'm just going to talk about those three things a little bit. So in education, we have a lot of opportunity to see things we normally wouldn't, maybe in a classroom environment, something that could be dangerous. In entertainment, we get to see things kind of cutting edge, state-of-the-art, fiction-based scenarios. And then we have some entertainment going on here in the form of just somebody following their passion and doing something they love, and very dangerous and also really cool for us to see. But the overlap between all three of these is that we get to go places we normally wouldn't get to go. And so I think that's kind of the biggest takeaway from this. I think that's what works well with 360 video. Now, what doesn't work well. And so I'm going to talk about some areas of the video that are actually quite bland. So right now, like this area of this video is not really being utilized. This is not a good example for that because there's movement everywhere, which also could potentially be a problem. I'll talk about that in a moment. And then the same thing here. The only one with the free solo climb video is that the scenery is just beautiful. This is my preferred scenery, so I just love looking at it. I'm a little biased, but that being said, it doesn't change the fact that we do have stagnant parts of the video. That is probably going to be the biggest con. We can see that in certain parts, like here, well, we're not really utilizing this space, and it makes the 360 video a little less engaging, in my opinion. However, they do end up using this space, actually all of it, throughout the video here later on. Over here, we're going to jump over to the Mission Impossible video. And there's action everywhere. It doesn't matter where you look, you're going to see movement. There are studies, and there have been instances where individuals have become uncomfortable with constant motion. So we've got two types of motion. We've got motion within the video, and then the user has the ability to have motion of the video, which in and of itself could cause problems. That being said, on the other side of it, it's really cool tech. It's really cool that it just plays right here in the browser. I don't have to go to some special player to view this. I can just use this natively with something I'm already comfortable with, such as YouTube. And it's just really cool. So there's a lot of reasons why you might want or might not want to use a 360 video. I think the biggest question is, should you? 360 video is not going to be for every single instance, but there are lots of use cases for it. So I just think the biggest thing is to really determine if you need a 360 video or not. Because if you end up having a lot of dead space, that's going to lead me to my next point. Again, I'm going to be very tuned out. I'm not going to be very I'm not going to want to participate very well. And also, when you're staging your video, also if you're not careful and you end up starting on the wrong end, you could potentially have the viewer looking in the wrong direction. So I just think that really analyzing whether or not you would need a 360 camera is the first step. And then after you get it, if you do determine that you are going to use it, just to be sure that you're utilizing most of the space in some way, shape, or form, so that it's just not dead and non-engaging. That's going to be the biggest thing. It's going to make me want to tune out quicker than anything. As a consumer, is area of the video that's not really being used and kind of getting confused. Now, if there's arrows or directions or guides or things such as there are in the very beginning of this video, I think that's helpful. that really helps to draw the user's attention to where they're supposed to be. And here I am looking when the thing happens, and now I'm engaged and I'm enveloped in the video, and that's the way it should be. So I think that there's things that can be done to offset that, but that's my opinion. Thank you for listening. And if you have any thoughts or anything you want to say about this, leave it in the comments below. Thanks. Talk to you later.